Morning. So today, I've got my little helper with me, also known as Mrs. Brown, and we're gonna haul some more corn. So same deal as yesterday, we're pulling out of the same bins, and we're hauling to the same place. The good news is the end is in sight. I think we might need to change the way the truck's facing. That's better. Get out and go turn off all the augers in sequence.
I'm relaxing.
Hold the fort down, I'll do it. Got a little bit of corn splash. So sometimes you're not quite centered completely, it'll splash over. That's why it's all concrete, it's easy to sweep up. I think this is our 4th truckload of the day. Starting to warm up. It's supposed to be 75 today. Supposed to be 80 tomorrow. So, let that finish loading. We'll take Kayla back to the house. I think she had some stuff she wanted to do. Let's see you hop over that.
Can I sit on it?
Yeah. In typical Kayla fashion, she came till lunch. Lunch is now over, and she's going home.
I don't know why you're surprised.
With a gallon of water.
Prepared.
I can't say anything. If she didn't use that for water, I'd probably have coffee in it.
They can help anyone sleep.
Just taking Dad over to get his sprayer. Stole his buggy for a minute. But here's where BJ's hauling. He's hauling beans out of here. So our Willinga dealer just dropped off some vacuos, and I think this is going to be my last load for the day. I was explaining to him our grain bin issue, and he had a pretty good solution. He's actually going to mail me a 4-inch flange that we're going to bolt to the door. That way we can just plumb in our Willinga right into that door and just let it run all day. So that would be, that might be a good solution. We can really move some grain that way out of that bin. That Willinga is only rated for 600 bushels an hour, but if it runs all day, that's 4,000 bushels a day, or 10,000 depending on how long we run it, which is more than we're getting out of it now. I have about 8,000 bushels left to haul in this contract. I would just assume they all come out of that bin just to get some of the bin level down on it. So we're gonna wait on that. But now we're gonna go check our barn and see if it's done. I'd say it's safe to say he's used it a fair amount. He's had this buggy since December. It's March. So our barn is complete. Hi, Emmy.
Hi.
Is Tatum with us? Where's Dex? Oh.
Right here.
You getting out?
Y'all. I had to switch sides with Tatum like 6 times because first I got in on this side. Mom said that this wasn't the door that didn't shut, so I had to go that way. And then I had to come back over here. We need a door handle.
So now we've got a lot of fill dirt to move. It'll be a mixture of really dry, good dirt I have, some topsoil, and some bank run gravel. That's what we're going to use. That's what we got. I know some people use 57s or some sort of blue rock, but I've got a lot of bank run. So bank run it is. All right, folks. We're going to do a little walk around and go over a couple things on this now that the barn is done, at least the main construction. I still have a lot of stuff to do here before we're ready for animals. But first let's talk about the color. We both like the way a black barn looks. It's kind of the new trend, it seems like, but in our area there's quite a few of them springing up. I also considered board and batten siding for the whole thing, but it was basically the same price. And as much as I like how wood looks, this is going to be less maintenance. I really wanted a board and batten building until then. I mean, if it would have been any cheaper at all, we'd have went with wood. It would not have taken me much to talk me into it. But basically, it was the same price. Now, if I had to put it all on there, it might have been cheaper because the labor for the crew to put on board and batten was a lot more intensive because there's a lot more to it. A lot more fine work there. But I really like how this turned out. The trim color, like I said in the previous video, that is a cocoa color, and that is a matte black, so it's not real shiny. I really like how it looks. From the road, or from our grain bins, that looks wood. That does not look like metal. And I like that, and I really think it pops out pretty well. So, when we first laid this barn out, we did not have the porch on this side, and it was kind of one of them deals where we didn't need it, but I liked it, and decided to just spring for it a little bit. So, yeah, that's how we end up with the front porch. Now, the porch over here, that was in the plans all along. Kind of like that idea. Gives the animals a little bit of shelter. Now, having said that, the sun basically cuts right through here during the day. There's almost no shade under this thing. So, one thing I might have done is I might have lengthened this thing out to, this is a 10-foot porch. Probably should have lengthened it out to 12, maybe even 14, but it's fine. So really like that, really like the Dutch doors. Probably going to put a handle of some sort or a door latch that we can open from inside or out, at least on the top door, and then you can reach in and open the inside one. But really like those. Do need some latches on the bottoms because this is T111 siding and some of it's a little warped. So put a latch on the bottom to pull those in, and they should eventually over time warp back to where they need to be. But yeah, really like how it turned out. Big fan. Like I say, this is a Brian and Kayla project. This is not Brown Farms project. So what I mean by that is basically the YouTube channel is how this building was paid for. Without YouTube, I would not have had the money to put up this barn. Won't be real honest with you. Total price in on this barn right now is $42,000. That's what it costs for everything here. I intend on finishing all the inside myself. I'm going to wire it myself, and I'm going to tinker around with some solar panels. So I've stated my feelings for I do not like solar in farm fields. In buildings, I have absolutely zero problem with them at all. I think it's kind of neat, and I want to tinker with it. To be completely honest with you, I've had several companies over the years reach out about putting solar panels on a building. I've never had one that I wanted to do that with. And this time we do. So there'll probably be a few videos about some solar panels, and that's what we're going to use to light this barn. So kind of looking forward to tinkering with that, really trying to learn a little bit. Now here on the inside, I wanted a 14-foot door because if we ever decide to quit messing around with animals, I can fit a lot of stuff in this building with that 14-foot door. Combine won't fit in it. A big tractor is going to be real tight, but it would go in it. But trailers, any vehicle I have personally, our motorhome would fit in here. A lot of versatility by doing that. So that's why we did that. And then these two doors right here will probably be used the most. That door is either going to be shut or it's going to be completely open with a gate across it during the summer. It's kind of what I'm thinking, just to let a lot of air and light in. And then we will open that door. That's kind of what I'm thinking at the moment. Now, Mrs. Brown wants me to put a chicken coop in the corner here, or a room basically with a run going outside for her chickens. So we'll probably do that. And then inside here, I'm going to put a 10 by 12 stall right here for our donkeys. And then the rest of these are going to be 5 by 10s for our 4-H goats. Now the goats are going to be separate, all inside by themselves. but they'll each have an outdoor area. So I'll fence off a section for each of them onto the porch. Now you may be wondering, why would you do that? Well, these are 4-H show goats, and part of that is they need to be on individualized feed. So by keeping them separate, you can monitor that a little easier. So that's kind of the plan there. And since it's for one goat, it does not need to be super big. So a 5x10 indoor with a 10x10 outdoor will be plenty of space for one goat. So that's kind of the plan I'm thinking. Now, obviously I have a lot of fill dirt to move in here. I'm also going to put in kick panels. So I will, not sure if I'm going to come out with a 2x6 here and then tack my panels to it, or just tack my kick panels right to that. I'm not sure yet. But that's what this bundle of lumber out here is for. And then depending on how good that lumber is, those are lumber outs. It's not the greatest lumber. I might use some of it to make some stall walls or some wooden gates, dividing gates, whatever. And yeah, that's kind of the plan. So that's it for this video, folks. Thanks for watching. If anyone wants the name of the guy that built our building, same guy built our house, Ray Yoder. True Cut Construction is his outfit. He's very fair on price, I thought, for what he did. They did fantastic on this barn. Price was exactly what he said it was going to be. No surprises, and yeah, it turned out really nice. One other thing, the porch here, to be honest, I didn't quite understand what he was talking about when he was telling me this, but I really like how he's doing it, how he did it. We ended up with some interior loft space. Now, it's not a lot, but I am going to put some sheeting up top, and there'll be room for a little bit of hay on each side. Probably just going to put it on this side for now, since we'll have stalls over here. But yeah, kind of like how they did that. Made the most with the space, basically. So instead of having the porch drop down here, we had it come all the way out and then drop down. Basically use the same amount of metal, got a little bit more usable space. So yeah, pretty cool. Anyways, folks, thanks for watching. If you would, do me a favor, thumbs up the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Drop us a comment. Let us know what you think of this newfound money pit, and we'll see you in the next one.